So the Heroines events are right around the corner, and I'm very excited to be playing in them. I have lots of Heroines built. I can play Boa, Vivi. The cards are coming in the mail, and I also have Shirahoshi. I think Shirahoshi might be really, really good. But as I was thinking about this unique meta with no male leaders, only like the Heroines, obviously, it got me thinking about how I could maybe tech specifically for this very once in a blue moon meta. And so I think I have sufficiently gaslit myself on Koala. I think that Koala actually has the tools to do very, very well in the meta. And I'm very excited to show you this deck list. If you want to skip to the games, just go down below. There's links down there where you can just skip to the games. Otherwise, I'm going to jump into it. But first, I'm going to explain why Koala. Koala's leader ability is actually cracked. When this leader attacks your opponent's leader, if you have 2 or more characters with a cost of 8 or more, draw a card. So later in the game, actually by your 6th dawn turn, you should be able to sufficiently get this off and just draw basically 2 cards every turn. This is what makes it so good though. Once per turn, when your opponent plays a character with an original cost of 8 or more, or when your opponent plays a character through an effect of a character, you may activate this effect. Your opponent adds the top of their life cards to their hand. So this makes it so your opponent is not incentivized to play anything larger than 7 cost. If they play 8 costs, they get a life rip. Also, if they cheat out anything, then they also get a life rip. So when I'm thinking about this unique meta, the decks that I'm expected to go against, like Boa, like blue yellow Nami, who is supposed to be a terror in this format, and then also Vivi, I think that Koala actually can do really, really well if piloted correctly, because like Vivi, all that she wants to do is cheat out units and then play 10 costs. Boa, they're running that new Nami card. If you swing into the Nami card, that character cheats out another character. Boom, take a life. You play your 9-drop Boa, boom, take a life. That's why we're playing Koala. Let's jump into these support cards. First, we got Searcher Koala. This is just a searcher that searches Rev Army type, looks at the top 3, you draw 1 Nico, Robin, or Rev Army, and then trash the rest, but it can't be Koala. Next, I'm running 2 copies of Ivankov, specifically because when you have to go odd, generally I'm trying to go even, but if you have to go on your odd curve, this is a really good way to continue to fill up the trash and just set a blocker. So it reads on play if your leader has the Rev Army type, trash 3 cards from the top of your deck, blocker. This is a very solid card going odd. Next, we have the new EB03 Koala, which if your leader has the Rev Army type, which we do, it gains 4 cost. So this can count as one of those 8 cost characters that you need to draw the extra cards using your leader ability. And then on the opponent's turn on KO, you can play 1 character with a cost of 6 or less with the name Nico, Robin, or with a Rev Army type other than Koala from your trash. So you can then cheat out this card, Karasu, this Nico Robin, Ikuma. You have a lot of options that you can cheat out with this Koala, and you can do it from your hand or trash. Absolutely goated card. Your opponent is not incentivized to swing into this, and so it can be very, very sticky for a long time. So we're going to run 3 of these. Next, 3 hack. Hack is if your leader has a Rev Army type, they gain blocker and +4 cost. And then on KO, if your leader has Rev Army type, KO to one of your opponent's characters with an original cost of 4 or less. This is really, really good for in the Boa matchup in particular. You can KO their Boa blocker. But there's in blue yellow Nami, I've seen some builds run Marco. This will take care of that really easily. Running 3, it's just a solid card, and it helps with that. Activate your card draw as fast as possible. Next, 4 cost 5k Morley. It's a 2k counter, and he also can count as an 8 cost when he's played. Next, Karasu will count as an 8 cost when he's played. We're only running 2 of these, but I dig this card, specifically going odd. This is one of the best odd plays you have, because at 5, you play this out, and then on your next turn when attacking, if your leader has the Rev Army type and your opponent has 5 or more cards in their hand, your opponent trashes 1 card from their hand. So say it's our 7 Dawn turn. I want to play out a 6 cost unit. I don't have any 7 costs, so we can play out Nico Robin and trash, trash cards from their hand. But generally, say you play Kuma, boom, you play Kuma, great. Now we can attach a Dawn onto Karasu, swing in for 7, and that is going to demand 3 cards out of their hand, at least, if they want to block out, because they have to trash a card from their hand. And now you're swinging 7, so they probably have to trash at least 2 more. That's deadly. That is a nutty play. I do really like this card. It is slow to set up, but if you have the time, or you have the tempo, or you can cheat it out with Dragon, I dig it. Next, we're doing 3 copies of this Nico Robin, because you don't really need to see that many. You just block out with her and then play her again with the Dragon, so it's not a big deal. If your leader's Koala or Luffy, this character gains blocker and +3 cost, so it'll count as one of those 8 cost characters that you need to activate your leader ability. And then you can trash a card from your hand. If your opponent has 5 or more cards in their hand, your opponent trashes 2 from their hand. So this is another great card rip. Say you can trash a brick or trash a Rev Army card to build up your trash, and then they have to trash 2 cards, and they don't want to do that. So very, very solid. Next is Dragon. This is one of the staples of the deck. 8 cost, 8k, and he's on play. You may place 3 Revolutionary Army type cards from your trash to the bottom of your deck in any order. This is very important. You need to make sure when you play this card that you have at least 3 Revolutionary Army cards you can throw to the bottom of the deck. Because I have done that and it's been embarrassing, okay? I've played it and not be able to do the on play, and it sucks. Don't be like me. Just make sure before you play this card you have enough Rev Army in the trash. After that, if your leader is Revolutionary Army type, you can play 1 character with a cost of 6 or less from your trash. So great, we can play out the Nico Robin, we can play out Kuma, we can play out Silver's Rayleigh, we can play out all of these guys. Hiyori is another really fun target, actually. Very, very solid. Run 4 of, obviously. Now, this is the spice, okay? This is some unique spice specifically for this meta. Kaido. I was thinking particularly about, and let me explain this card, okay? I'm really thinking about this Nico Robin. This Nico Robin sucks. It is a horrible freaking card because they don't have to take a life whenever they play it because it's 7 cost, not 8. And we don't want to swing into this because they heal, obviously. And then opponent's turn on KO, you may deal 1 damage to your opponent. So if we kill this, then they deal damage to us. That sucks. That makes this character extremely sticky. But she's an 8k? No, I don't want to see this card. When this card comes down, I don't want to see it. So what we're going to do is play 3 Kaidos in our deck. Kaido, 9 cost. So, assuming you're going on the odd curve, or even curve, you will be able to, this will already be on the field, generally, by the time it's time to play this card. So you can play it pretty on curve. Now, it's going to activate main once per turn. You discard a card from your hand. So you trash a card from your hand. If the character was played this turn, so you can only do it on the turns played, place up to 1 of your opponent's 7 cost or lower characters in the trash. Like that one. You just trash it straight up. And then your opponent has to trash a card from their hand. So not only does it hand rip your opponent, but it also trashes Nico Robin. So because of that, I think that this Kaido is very uniquely situated to go into this meta. And so we're going to go ahead and play 3. Next, this is a 4 cost, 5k power, 2k counter Kuma. Your leader has a Rev Army type, and the total of your opponent's life cards is 5 or less. Play the card. Pretty solid. You can cheat this out of life. It's a 2k. It's a Rev Army type. What's not to like? Next, we're running 4 copies of Baby 5. This is a 2k counter that can draw you more cards if you hit the trigger. because the trigger, yeah, is if your leader is multicolored, which we are, you just draw 2. I think that's pretty good, but also if you feel like you need a few more Rev Army cards, there's this 2K hack that you can do. The 6/7 2K hack. He's just a vanilla one. You could probably replace this baby 5 with a couple, as many copies of this hack as you want. But I do like the baby 5, and generally I was seeing enough hack that I didn't feel like I had to do that. So, but take it as you will. Next, we have the Hiyori blocker. Just running 2 of these, but it's so good. It's so good because you can play it back out with Dragon. And not only that, but it blocks and heals. So it basically kind of takes away some tempo from your opponent for only 4 Dawn. And it's just a really solid play. I like it. You could probably bump this up, but I'm not sure what you take out. Next, we have 4 Kumas. Obviously, we want to heal the Rev Army type. We can play them off Dragon. They come out as 8 cost, so you can activate leader ability. There's just so many great things about this card. We're going to run 4. Duh. Next, Silver's Rayleigh. 2 copies of Silver's Rayleigh. I like this card because it can KO some like annoying blockers later in the game if you have to do that. And then you have Dawn left over. But I could see the argument. Maybe you take this one out for more Hiyori too. I don't know. Just a thought. But I do like the card. Next, we have 3 copies of Captain's Assemble. You can bump this up to 4. But I wanted 3 copies of Waxing Fist because I felt like a lot of times in the late game, I really needed some more counter power, and this is what gives it to you. So pretty solid. I really dig this list. I feel free to play around with the ratios because I'm still not completely settled on any of them, but that's the idea for the deck. I really do think that it is quite uniquely situated into the Heroines meta, but I don't know. Let's get into some games.
All right. Tell me what's good. We are playing up against the blue-yellow Boa Hancock as black and yellow Koala. Black and yellow. So we see a bunch of the Kaidos in that first hand, but we don't really need those for the Hancock matchup. It's good to get for the Nami, I guess. But the thing about Koala is that I think she's built for this format, baby. I think she's built for this format. Now, unfortunately, we didn't have a Dom 1 play. It doesn't look like we're gonna have a Dom 2 play either. I think that we just pass. We just saw them set their life. I don't want them to get out Gorgon Sisters already. Not before I can start ripping hand. That's the goal as Koala, is we want to just control their hand size. We're gonna start trashing some Rev Army characters and begone with it. So we're gonna go ahead and play out this Karasu. Ask if you got something for me, and then we're gonna go ahead and pass there. Oh, let me get the ranked off the screen here. So we haven't swung yet. We have not even swung yet, but we will start as soon as we have a bit of a board presence. If they turn their Kuja Pirate sideways, we have to make sure that it's worth it for us to go in and be able to clear all of them in one turn is the goal. It looks like they are finding, okay, the ST-17 Hancock and then the Gorgon Sisters. And, okay, maybe they play out Hancock here to attach that one more rested Dawn. I think we just go ahead and eat this. Okay, and then we will counter out with the Morley that we just picked up. Yeah, perfect. This is great. Not a big deal. And now we can go ahead and start kicking some butt, taking some names. We could play out this Koala. That is a very solid play, but I think we want to counter out with this later. We could play it out with Dragon or something along those lines. Since they have 5 cards in hand, we could rip 2 with Robin, or we could just rip 1 with Karasu. I think that we just go ahead and heal here and put Robin in the trash so that we can bring her out with Dragon.
So what we do is go ahead and play this out, trash Robin, and then we will go ahead and go... We'll go 6 into the leader, drawing a card. And, okay, they are going to block out, which means now we go board. 6 into 5, and they have to discard a card because of Karasu. Very, very solid there. Hopefully we can just clear out their entire board. We know that they have a Gorgon Sisters. Okay. Oh, they had to, yeah, they trashed. That was from the trash. Wow, yeah, because, okay, they had to trash the Hiyori because of the leader ability and then lost the Ran anyway. So we not only do, it's basically like they countered and still lost the character. That's crazy work. And now we have Dragon. We have Kaido. Now, Kaido hits a 7 cost, and we don't actually have any cost reduction in the deck, but the reason it's in here is just in case they play something along the lines of a Robin. But now Boa doesn't run Robin, so I'm not too concerned about that, but just in case. Okay, so we have plenty of Revo army. Oh, whoops. I accidentally over counter there. But we got to make sure that we have Revo Army in there so that when we play out the... let's go ahead and swing here. And so they can get 5 cards in hand. Perfect. Okay. We'll let them Marguerite. Not a big deal. Okay, and they trash a Marguerite. Now you're going to have to trash a few more, my guy. You're going to have to trash just a few more, because I'm bringing out Robin. We'll just go ahead and trash this other Robin, because we can play it out with Dragon on the next turn. And show me what you got. Yeah. Trash some cards, big dog. Get rid of them. All right. That was a 2K and a Kuma. Yo. Crazy work there. Here, I think we just go for the Gorgon Sisters. Give me the Gorgon Sisters. Okay. It looks like they got a trigger. Okay, and they'll use it to KO the Kuma, which is unfortunate, but it's what it is. Now, we probably should have just gone 5 there. We would have had 1 up for Waxing Fist or Hair Removal Fist. Yeah, you play out a big character, take your freaking life. Put that thing right back where it came from, or so help me. That's what I thought. Get it out of here. Okay, they're going to go 5 into our leader. I think we just counter out with the Rayleigh that we picked up from so generously from Hancock here. I think we will just take this one. We'll use the trigger effect to draw some cards. And unfortunately, that means that we won't be able to counter out of this one. Okay, we got so many Kumas, though. That's kind of crazy work. Let's look at our trash really quickly. We have 1 Revo. We have 2, 3 Revos. So we could play out another Robin. We probably should have blocked with Robin one of those swings. But I was not thinking. I just wasn't thinking. So it is what it is. At the end of the day, it is what it is. We don't have any more board, but if they have Perfume Femur, we're kind of screwed. So I think here we could heal. We could heal with Akuma. And then we have Waxing Fist. I think that might be the play. Oh, 1, 2. No, but Kuma counts as one of the Rev Army cards in our trash. We can only play Nika Robin from the trash with. I think maybe we just play Akuma. And we hold 1 for Waxing Fist. So that'll be 7 Dawn. So we have like 3 Dawn to play with. Let's see if they take this. If they take this, we might just swing for a game. Okay.
So we can't swing for game. That's fine. It's not a big deal. I didn't really expect to. So we'll go ahead and do this. We will... Oh, almost got rid of Waxing Fist. That would have been nightmare scenario. Let's get rid of the Hand Rip Robin. I think we play out Captain's Assemble here. Just to search for a 2K. Perfect, we found one. And then we'll swing 8 into the Silver's Rayleigh. Perfect. Okay. Now, that might not have been the most perfect sequencing because maybe when we had 0 life, we should have swung into the Marguerite and then played Kuma. But I kind of wanted to test if we could just gun it for game right there. But they had enough counter where that wasn't going to happen. Okay, so they pudding. That sucks. Hey, that sucks. However, we do have a 2K 1K here. And then we can block out of 1 swing. And yeah, and they don't have enough for Perfume Femur. I think we just eat this. And then block. Block the Hancock. Yeah. Not a big deal. No big deal. So they left the Dawn up, which makes me think that they have, they could have Slave Arrow, which means we have to start, we'd have to swing for 9s. I don't think we have enough to end. So if we don't have enough to end, what can we do? We do have... We got enough Rev Army in the trash now that we can play out Kuma to heal, which we are going to have to do. We have to use Dragon to do it. We could swing pretty tall here, actually. Let's go 7 into 5. And see if they think Marguerite is worth saving. Okay, they don't think it is. Great. Here. Just a cheeky 5. Okay, they give us a 2K. I think... Yeah, we need 2 for Kuma. So let's swing 10 into the Hancock with Dragon. We got it. That's massive. So now we can play out Dragon. Feed some Rev cards back into the deck. And then play out Kuma. And I think that we will trash Dragon for the counter. And pass. Now, they could still go kind of wide with pudding, which makes me nervous if they have that idea. Oh shoot, okay, they do have that idea. We can't get out of this one. Okay. If it's a 2K, we live. Oh my goodness, baby, let's go. G frickin' G. There's no way there's no way they live now, right? We just do shenanigans like this. 7 into 5. 7 into 5. 7 into 5. Okay, they take. All right. Then we just go pretty big here with Dragon. GG to my opponent. Well played. That was a good game. Very solid. But Koala is interesting because a lot of times
want to just kind of extend the game, you have ways between your healing, between your counter events, and between your card draw to keep an advantage over the opponent. Truly, I feel like the game swung in our favor with that Karasu swing. So yeah, good game to my opponent, but on to the next one. All right. We're playing up against a green jewelry Bonney. I'm playing the black and yellow Koala. Black and yellow, black and yellow. We're going to mulligan because we see no early play, and I'm glad that we do. We see Hack, we see a couple 2Ks, we have Waxing Fist, and Captain's Assemble. I think that is just about ideal. Here, okay, we'll just pull the Koala out, and fill up our trash with Rev Army cards. Frick yes, that's what we like to see. Here, we'll go ahead and just do this, one of these. I think we have to take the Hack here. And we'll just go ahead and go 7 at their face. I mean, they can rest Koala, but whatever, it's not a big deal. And we got the car or their life cards, so that's cool. 8 into Koala and then leaving 1 up. Wild work. Yeah, I think this is easy enough. We'll just go 6 into the lead. Ask for 2K, which I'm sure we'll get. The frick? Okay, no 2K. Play out Hack and then pass. The reason why we sequenced it that way is because they had 1 Dawn up. So we wanted to make sure that we swung first. There was nothing for them to rest on attack. And then we play out our character. Here, 7 into 5. We don't get any sort of bonus from Hack here. But whatever. I think we'll just take this one. Okay. No trigger. And now we're at 7. And we can actually just play out Rayleigh. We can just play out Rayleigh, frag this Cavendish, because they're at 3 life. So I think we do it. Yeah. Die. And do we just pass? Yeah, because yeah, actually we just pass. I want to keep this blocker active, and there's no way for me to attack and keep the blocker active, because if I attack with leader, they'll just use the ability, but if I attack with blocker, then they'll just rest leader and it's still not active. So same outcome either way. It looks like they're gonna set up for a law play here, because yeah, they have 6 Dawn up. They got the Scratch Man Apu, and they realize their mistake. They have to swing after this Apu is off the board, because otherwise I'm going to block this 6K with Hack, KO the Apu, and now your law can't bounce anything. That's why sequencing is wildly important, friends. If she wanted to do that, she should have swung with Bonney first, then play out the Apu, then bounce it with the Hack, or the yeah, bounce it back. Very unfortunate, because they had to just raw play Carrot and nothing was available to be rested. That is quite unfortunate, to be honest. Here, I don't really see a reason to play out Dragon besides just the extra body on the field. Like I like Kuma is fine, right? Although we would get the extra card if we played it out. But we don't have any real great targets besides the Hack again, which I think is okay, but it's not ideal. Yeah, and Hack just kind of gets rested. You know, we could play another Rayleigh. We might just play another Rayleigh. I like that idea, actually. Yeah, this one's tickling my fancy. Die. Oh, sheesh. Okay. And then we'll go... I feel comfortable enough to just go, like, pretty tall. Oh, you know what though? I think we only go 7 with lead, because if we go with Rayleigh, then they'll rest this other Rayleigh, and then they could freeze our whole board with something like Electric Luna. I don't want that to happen. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. Anything that's pretty good. Okay, they're gonna play out an 8 cost. You know what that means? Ding, 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 ding. Take a life. Freaking get out of here. All right, then they're gonna do, you know, the rest of their nonsense, their shenanigans, and just swinging for 6, no matter what we counter out. Yeah, I think we actually counter out with Kuma so we can play him. Feels good. Yeah, it feels good, man. Okay, so here we go. I want to keep the Koala swing because I like Koala. Let's go ahead and just do this. We will put some Searchers and Waxing Fist back in the deck. Lay out this guy. I think we throw Hack into the trash. He's a Rev Army, and he's a blocker we can play off Dragon in a pinch. And then here, we will swing 6 into their leader. Draw a card. Ooh, Robin Swan. And then we'll swing 6 into their leader and pray for block. But I think they'll just give us a 2K. We know they run a poo. They probably have another one in there. Okay, yeah, they block and give us a 1K. So, yeah, that's it. Sounds good. I want to keep one up for Waxing Fist. We are looking pretty good, though. And now, Bonney wants to play these massive characters. This is an advantage of playing Koala in this format, is because they generally are looking for, like, massive bodies. Like, but yeah, they're kind of being forced to go wide here. Yeah, Shanks being one. Like, big Shanks, Lon Beppo, things like that. That's what they're looking for. And we're just not going to give it to them. Yeah, another Rev Army 2K in the trash. Feels good. And I'm having thoughts. I think we play Kaido and then trash Robin to play her on the next go-round. And we can kill a 7 cost. So I think that we go for Cavendish because he's annoying as balls. But before we do anything, we should swing first with our most important swing. We don't have an... we'll just do one that I think we're going to get the most value out of. 8 into 5. They rest Takuma. Perfect. I was afraid they were going to rest leader, because if they rest leader, that's actually not good, because we want to swing in and grab cards. So yeah, we'll just go ahead and play out Kaido. We'll activate his main. We'll throw Robin in the trash and kill this Cavendish. And then they have to discard a card. Then from here, you know, I actually feel pretty confident about not needing Waxing Fist on the next turn. Let's just go 6 into their leader and draw a card. Nice. Gonna get that Bonney. Let's go for this Bonney. Nice. And then go for this Bonney. That's funny. They block and they give us a 2K. I think that's pretty great. So, all right, they're gonna drop down Dofi, but they're gonna have to take a life for doing that. And now they don't have any Dawn up. They have 0 Dawn up for any sort of shenanigans. We'll throw another Morley in the garbage. And yeah, I mean, you can have that. It's fine. That's fine. It's whatever. Because I'm thinking we might play out over top of Rayleigh anyway. We could bring a Rayleigh. Yeah, I think that this was... Oh, they were just completely bricked too. but truthfully, I don't think that there's very much stuff that they can do there. I mean, we swing in Kaido, probably against Mihawk, but maybe against Leader. And we would. My plan was to play out a dragon into Rayleigh to KO one of the Bonnies, and even from there we might have had close to game, but good game to my opponent. A little feels bad that they quit out a little bit early, but well, that's, I mean, this Koala deck is extremely good against Bonney, I think. That's just the truth. All right. So we are playing up against a red-blue Nefeltari Vivi. We're playing the black and yellow Koala, and I'm a fan of this hand. We have some solid like plays early, so we're just gonna go ahead and keep. Yeah, being able to trash stuff early with the Koala is really, really important. So I'm glad that we can just flop this down and start searching immediately. Oh, shoot. Okay, this is pretty good. We'll find the Waxing Fist and trash the other two. Now, unfortunate that Kaido had to go there, but it's fine. It's not that big of a deal. We'll go ahead and here, I think we continue to fill up the garbage. So we will probably just go 1K. Feeling good about that. Yeah. All right. Well, we draw into Kaido. Sick. Love that for us. We'll just swing 5 into 5. Ask for a card. They give us a searcher, and then we'll establish our Koala and pass the turn. Here, they're at 5 Dons, so now we can expect a Vivi into Nami, like a rush combo. Vivi into Nami, rush combo. They're going to draw a card, but oh, you cheated out. You cheated out a character with Vivi? Take a freaking life. Get dunked. That's what we do. That's what we do. That's what our leader ability says. All that little tiny text. That little tiny text that you gotta get your magnifying glass up for. That's what it says. So, yeah, freak that. We have to take this, unfortunately. We can use this trigger and ask for another card at hand. And you know what? Honestly, we're never going to play this. I think we just use the trigger effect and try and kill Nami, and then they give us a card. Yeah. Yeah, just give us a card in hand with your leader ability. Okay, good mate, cool. Yeah, I was just like, I don't think that ever, like, we ever actually just hard play it, so we might as well just do that. Here, I think we go ahead and play out Karasu, and then we swing 5 into their leader and draw a card. And then we're going to do the exact same thing. So this should be at least 2 cards out of hand, because they can block and get rid of a card. Or they could just pitch a card. Interesting. I'm going to take. Ballsy move. Ballsy move by a ballsy player. They're gonna be at what, 7 Dawn? So they can trash, I guess they can trash stuff with Beckman the next turn. Which would be pretty good because this is on KO effect, and this would be pretty like minus tempo if that were to happen. But I'm expecting the Beckman here. But I'm interested to see what they decide to pick. If it's Karasu or the Koala. They might actually, you know what? They're going to trash Karasu and swing into Koala. Is probably what they'll do. That's what I'd do if it's me. Okay, so we'll go ahead and counter out of this. How many revs do we have in the trash? Only 2. We got to remember that. Yeah, you got to take a life. Every single time you do that nonsense, you have to take a life, silly goose. Surprised no Beckman. I wonder if they are running the Beckman or if they just didn't have it. Because I feel like Beckman is like an obvious play there. Okay, giving the Nami the rush. Swing into Koala here.
But if they do, I think we just play out Robin. Yeah, okay. It doesn't look like they're gonna swing into Koala. Let's take this one. Yeah. Just to have extra cards. Oh, sure. Sure. We'll throw Hack into the trash, and you have to get rid of 2 cards. See, that was silly. They should have just not swung at all. But they couldn't do that, so that's what you get. Yeah, I'm gonna rip their cards right out of their hands. And I think we just rip some more. Yeah, I think we go 7 into their leader. I'm wanting to pressure them really hard. Like their hand, but also their life here. We're asking for like at least 2 cards right now. Maybe 3 if they counter out. That's a lot. That's a lot of cards. Okay, so they trash a Vivi. And now they have 2 more to go. Okay. Okay. They're like, we're not gonna KO protect this. We're just gonna let it fly. Interesting. Here I think we play out. That's what I was looking for. That's exactly what I was looking for. Let's go ahead and draw another card though. You know, we can trash this Captain's Assemble. Since it doesn't have counter, it will help us. And this Kaido will actually be helpful because it isn't just this is just KO protection, not trash protection. So like when they do play out that Beckman or something along those lines, that'll be a lot better play. So I don't want to get rid of it. We will just go ahead and do this and get rid of Captain's Assemble, heal. And oh, I forgot to do this. Yeah, if you're gonna swing in, get freaking dunked on. Yeah, they're gonna let that one go. Do I swing in with Robin? I think we can. At worst, they're gonna have like 4 good swings, right? I don't know. Let's just play conservative. Another thing to think about when playing Koala is that the longer the game goes, the better you actually are. I feel like really long stretched out games, you can just like pick away at your opponent with little tiny advantages. And it's really annoying. It's very annoying for them. And you have a lot of healing. You have a lot of card rip. You have a lot of blockers. So you're primed to go late. Specifically when you're starting to draw 2 cards per turn, basically, with your leader ability. Looks like they're going to go into... Okay, I mean... Why are they doing that then? So confused. We'll just eat it. Okay, this one we won't, but we'll give a 2k and a 1k. Okay, they're at 9 Dawn. They can't play out like the KO Shanks. But I'm kind of looking for like a Shotgun Pell, but they trashed 2 of those. So I don't know what they got in their hand right now. They don't have Vivis. Yeah, and very, very interesting. Very interested here because I doubt they swing with leader. They're probably going to swing with whatever they play here, but they're also probably thinking that they're going to lose on the crackback if they don't play a blocker. Like they might need more blockers than this, and they will lose on the crackback. I'm like fairly certain of it. Okay, they're going to play a Nami blocker. They're 100% going to play a Nami blocker.
But do I give them Karasu? Or do I block with Robin? If we draw a dragon, we can always play Robin again. We can always play Karasu again, then too. Like, I don't think it's worth the... Yeah, because she's not gonna have 5 cards in hand anyway. We've whittled her down. Like, there's no way she's gonna have 5 cards in hand. I think we start off a 7 at lead. Let's see what they do. Leaving 5 up is crazy, though. They took. Sheesh. Okay. I think we play Kaido. We play Kaido. Crash Koala. Get rid of Vivi. And then they have to get rid of a card in their hand. And then we draw a card with Koala. I think we got this game though. Yeah. Especially since we're leaving 1 up for Waxing Fist. Because like if they play a 10 cost Shanks or something, and yeah. Okay, cool. We pulled Dragon out of that. Nice. Wish it could have been a 2K. It would have made me feel a little bit better, but we take those. Where's an... Happy. Do not get ahead of yourself. Do not get ahead of yourself, my guy. You're good. Golly, I'm just like, what if I swung with Robin though? But no, that's not what she's there for. Okay, I mean you can swing with her. If they had maybe 2 cards in hand, maybe I'd swing with her. Or 1 card in hand. Of course I'd swing with her. Well, maybe not even, because if it was the Alabasta event, then we would have been screwed. So here, it looks like they just don't have any good plays. I think the best play would be like swing really... Okay, they're going to do that. And they're going to pray that I can escape. Or that I can't escape. That these are all bricks. But we have Waxing Fist up, so we're going to live. No matter what. Be interested to see if they swing into a lead. No, but we have Kaido. We have Kaido on the field. It's already too late. It's already much too late. Yeah, well, then why didn't you give this one 2K? But they're not planning on swinging into it. Yeah, you have to swing leader. But we have Waxing Fist. Oh, but it's a we have Waxing Fist, but we also have Kuma, and that's what gets us out. Because it's only if you have an 8 cost Rev army is it plus 4K. We made it. We made it. Almost didn't. Almost didn't. Very close. But it was fine. It was fine. We're good. No big deal. Yeah, I mean they know it's over. We'll just take, we'll use the trigger and concede. Yeah. Yep. Good game to my opponent. Well played. But this is how you can beat out Vivi at your Heroines event. Is what does Vivi want to do? Play 10 costs and cheat out Nami's. And every single time they do that, you punish them for it. So, like, did we connected with maybe 1 swing into life the whole game? But it was just enough that they couldn't really hold on to it. So good game to my opponent. On to the next one. All right, all right, all right. We're playing up against a blue-yellow Nami. We're playing as black-yellow Koala, and we get to go second. Now, we have some good, even curve plays here. I want to find something that can fill up the trash. Yeah, so this is good. The Ivankov blocker that actually fills up trash. I think I'd rather see that. And we still have Kuma. We still have Dragon. And another Rev Army that we can trash just to fill up the garbage. So I'm feeling pretty good about that. They go ahead and find the Nico Robin. It looks like they're playing Spanish. The that's very interesting. The descriptions of what's going on are in Spanish. So that's kind of cool. I didn't do that. I guess this person just has it set up that way. Yeah, they're just going to go in for a really tall swing here. I think that we double 2K out to fill up the garbage and then also make sure they can't draw. I don't want them to be able to draw anything. So here, I think that we'll just go 6 into their leader. Obviously, they can pitch anything and go to 7. So maybe I could have held it up. Probably should have, just for Waxing Fist, but I don't really have anything I'm trying to protect yet. So that's why I wasn't too concerned about that. Then we're going to play out Ivankov, trash the top 3 cards, and that is excellent. We see the Robin, we see another Rev Army card, and a Dragon. So I really like this trash so far. We'll be able to play Kuma on 6, then Dragon on 8, and pull back the Nico Robin. So I am really feeling pretty good about this this play here. Okay, they're gonna go ahead and give me an extra card, thank you, and swing in. We're gonna do no blocker and give them the baby 5. Okay, here we do have some options. I think first we'll just swing. We'll just swing 5. No big deal. And then I'm deciding if I want to trash Rayleigh or Koala. And that is pretty tricky. That's pretty tricky. I just don't know. But we're definitely playing out Kuma. I think maybe we trash Koala just to have another Rev Army in the garbage. And then we can maybe use Silver's Rayleigh later in the game. Like if this Nami becomes a problem, I'm trying to get rid of something, this would definitely help. So we're going to keep that. But really what I want to do is play out Dragon next turn and just bring back this Nico Robin, eviscerating their hand size, establishing 2 large bodies on the field. And then we're kind of sitting pretty. And we'll start drawing extra cards whenever we swing in with leader ability, and hopefully we can find our Kaidos that way. I really do want to find the Kaidos as soon as possible. Luckily, they're not in the trash. Yeah, here, we'll just take. Yeah, we definitely want to see the Kaidos now because Nico Robin is on the field and she sucks. 5 into 5. Perhaps we do give up the Silver's Rayleigh here. And then they're going to pass it back to us. So we have Heroines, which are going to help us survive in the long run. But until then, we have Dragon. I think we throw our Searcher and our Kumas back in. And we'll play out this. I think we'll I guess we trash Yori. And their hand melts away a bit. They go from 8 to 6 just like that. They're deciding what cards they want to get rid of at the moment. We'll see here what they decide to do. Still waiting. Maybe do they know? They know it's their turn? Perhaps not. As soon as they're done choosing what to discard, though, I think the play is to swing in with Koala into Nami, and then swing in to Nami with Kuma, and try and bait them to take a life there, because they will have to do that because that will proc my leader ability. A 2k and a 1k. Feel pretty good about that. And we do draw that Kaido. Exactly what we needed. Oh my gosh, that's insane. Okay, sweet. So we have a way to deal with this Robin now. That feels incredible. They take a life, and we're going to swing 7 into 6 and bait them to take another life here. And it's a pudding. Wow, okay, and so they're playing out a Kiku. But they have to take a life, and I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. We swing into that, and I mean, this is just such an annoying on KO ability, but the way that we can finagle it with our leader ability kind of makes it so that I don't feel so bad swinging into it. Now they're at 9 Dawn, and I'm interested to see what they decide to play. Okay, they just Red Rock Dragon straight up, but that means that they're less likely to Red Rock Kaido, so I'm okay with it. That's fine with me. Because, yeah, I think... okay, they're going to Nojiko the Ivankov back into my hand. And swing now into the Kuma. I think that we just let them have that. Yeah, I mean, we'll heal, but it's not that big of a deal, to be honest. Okay. I think we'll take it. Another Ivankov. Crazy work. And then here we block. This is a block all day, every day. Yay! Okay, cool. So now, before we swing with Koala, we want to make sure that we play out Kaido. And we'll probably trash an Ivankov to do it. So here we go. Play out Kaido. Activate main, we trash an Ivankov, we trash Nico Robin, and then they trash a card out of hand. Absolute devastation, baby. Woo! It feels so good to get rid of those things without, because an 8k swing at your leader, basically every turn, that sucks. That just absolutely sucks. So now we're gonna swing in here. Yeah, 5 into 5. We draw another card. We draw a hack here, which is pretty good. And gonna ask for one more card out of hand. Yeah, they go up to 7 by giving us the Captain Kid. And I'm deciding whether I go Koala here or just hold for Waxing Fist, but this Waxing Fist is only a 2k in this scenario. I bet we can find another one. Yep, I was right. So yeah, we actually go up a little bit more, and we can hold on to Waxing Fist to save our big guys later. So I feel pretty good about that. Now, they already used a Red Rock. Hopefully they don't have another one and they just Red Rock Kaido, because 9k swing is huge, but there's nothing stopping them from just getting rid of it, from nuking it. However, they went ahead and did that with the dragon, so who knows. Okay, so they're gonna draw 2 and trash 1, and then give their leader and Kiku some Dawn. However, they played out a 10 cost, which means they have to take a life. Yep, take a life. That's how Koala works. You gotta take a life. Now, unfortunately, I don't see exactly what I'm looking for. Here we'll just this. Because I would like another dragon. Another Kaido. Problem is we don't have anything that can actually hit this because we don't have any cost reduction in this deck. I'm not playing any cost reduction. Reason being is that it's mostly for the 7 cost Robin. So I think we just go a bit wide here. Let's try and do like something like that. We just draw another 2K straight up, get some card draw, feels good. And then here we could boost him up to 12 with 3, and then we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. We could make him go even taller. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And then we could play out a Hiyori. Yeah. We'll go 14 into their leader. And even if they block with Newgate, that's 2 cards out of their hand. Okay, so they're gonna do it. Give me a 2 baby 5s. Cool, cool, cool. And then we will play out another Hiyori here. And then we'll end the turn. Now, this has turned into a 2K, but it's still not a 4K because we don't have any 8 cost Revo armies. Okay, they find another red rock and decide to pull the trigger on our Kaido. But it's still not like the end of the world. They're having to trash a ton of cards. Yeah, they only got 4 cards in hand. I'm feeling decent right here. We can establish another Kaido. It might be worth. Okay, so they have 2 Robins in the trash. I'm wondering if I need to hold on to this or if I can just get rid of it. Let's counter just to fill up the garbage a bit more here. Yeah. And then we'll do this. Because I want to play out this Koala if I don't have a great trash target. I think that's the way here. Okay. Interesting turn, Newgate sideways. We block that all day long, and we will trash. Yeah, we'll trash the Kaido now because look, we might be able to just, yeah, I was just gonna gun for game. Turning the Newgate sideways was just not the choice, I think. Although they did have another Robin in hand and we could have instantly countered that with Kaido. I think that we were primed to win this game. They did have that Kiku in life, but I don't think it'd be enough to save them if we just split the Dawn between Koala and Nico Robin and just swing in. Because we could have gone, well, I guess they could have countered out 1. They could have countered out the 9. Yeah. If we go like a 9, we could have gone higher too. I don't know. I think we were going to win that one. Good game to my opponent. Okay, so final thoughts about the deck list. I think it slaps. I think it's uniquely primed to go into the Heroines event and do well, depending upon your matchups, because there are still some tricky matchups that you might find, but the way this deck list has been built is primed against Boa, against Blue Yellow Nami, and things of that nature, and Vivi. I think that I expect a lot of all 3 of those decks, and I think that this deck has the tools to crush every one. Now, Koala is probably one of the trickiest leaders that I've ever tried to learn. And the reason why I say that is because there is a lot of trash management, and also a lot of just knowing when to block, knowing when to swing, and thinking about your opponent's cards, like how many cards they have in hand almost at all times, because the way you win the game isn't to you directly attack your opponent's hand, which is unlike most other decks. Most other decks you attack their characters or their life, and that can indirectly attack their hand. But that is not the way Koala works. I think that trying to attack their hand directly is probably the best way to go, because then you eke out advantages over time, whereas most decks just try to get advantages, and the cards that they counter out with That's how you get the cards out of their hand. But this one, the hand rip is actually insane. And Koala's leader ability is just so good against Vivi. All that Vivi wants to do is cheat out bodies until she can play 10 drops. So Koala makes it so you can't do any of that. It's just crazy. And then also too, with the specific text that we put in, that Kaido really does come in clutch versus the 7-cost Robin. Nami almost runs no sort of protection of KO or trash, like any removal protection. And so the ability to just play it out, have a 9,000 power body on the field, and trash that Robin feels so good, because the Nami is just going really down in tempo there, and it also card rips. So very, very solid. I like the deck, and I think that this is going to be basically my new pet deck. I am really, really obsessed with it, but I got so much stuff I'm building, y'all. I don't know. I'm going to try it in at least one of the Heroines events and see how I do. I think that I'd like to play in enough Heroines event that I can try Vivi, Koala, and Shirahoshi. I think that would be really, really cool, but we shall see. Anyways, let me know what you thought of the deck list down below in the comments, and if you wouldn't mind, while you're down there, liking and subscribing, that would mean the world to me. I really do appreciate when y'all tell me how great a job I'm doing. So hey, let's freaking go. Yo, big shouts out to our channel members, and that's all I got. So I'll see you in the next one, but until then, remember to swing tall. Deuces.